Today I got a new radio for you, the DB35-G from Radioddity. It's got 3 awesome features in it that you're going to want to stick around and see what they are. Number 1, detachable face. Might be the first one out there that does it. I have seen some where the controls are all in the microphone, but this one has an actual legitimate detachable face to it. Nice. Number 2, it has ham band receive and also weather receive. But a lot of radios, a lot of GMRS radios have weather receive. This one will receive all the way down into the ham bands. And you know what? There's talk of a DB35-UV coming out for all you ham people out there. We're going to take a look and see if this thing can be converted over to ham radio. But it's also still a good GMRS radio. Which brings us to number 3. It's got noise reduction. So you'll be able to block out a bunch of hash type noise as well as engine noise from your vehicle or whatever the case may be for you in your area. Let's get over to the bench, see what comes in the box, take it apart, and take it from there. That G means GMRS. User manual. Straight to the radio. Don't care about nothing else. This is a pretty big radio size-wise. I mean, it fills up the whole screen on the camera there. But for comparison's sake, I have an older ICOM mobile rig. And to give you kind of a ballpark, if you're kind of a ham radio person, we've got probably another inch over there of real estate being taken up. And if you're not a ham radio person, then I guess it really doesn't matter all that much about the size of this thing. And where this radio shines is it may very well be the world's first detachable face GMRS radio. And as far as separation goes, that is an RJ45 in a, what appears to be a straight through configuration. Let's check. If I hold them up so that they're, you know, keystone to keystone, side by side, black is on the same side and looks like it's gray is on the same side over here. On the back side, we have the mic connector on the radio itself, and there's also another mic connector on the front, so you can put that whichever way you want. There is, I don't know why they're doing this on this radio. There is a empty socket there with a socket cover that I just ripped out that says GPS, and then you have a speaker, an antenna connection, and your regular T-shaped power cord. Microphone. What does that microphone look like to you? Who's that reminiscent of? I don't think Radioddity makes this radio directly. That's not kind of what they do. So I'm wondering if this is like QYT or TYT or something along those lines. I'm getting hints, but I haven't been able to find anything in my research. Power cord with actual ring terminals on the end. Nice. I'll be using my regular bench power cord on this, but it's just a regular T cable. So if you already have a radio in your vehicle and you want to swap it out, it'll be a pretty easy swap. And if not, it'll be a pretty easy install. It does come with a separation cable. Nice. It does come with a mounting bracket. Nice. And then we get programming cable, and we get bag of accessories, and we get a microphone holder for your dashboard, and it's got that 3M VHB tape. That stuff goes on and it don't want to come off. So be careful where you put that. You can also use screws to mount the microphone holder. But that's it for all that jazz, and it's going right back in the box because I already have all of that stuff. All right, before we go too far, don't turn it on, take it apart, as Dave says. Actually, he says, take it apart. I don't think I can get my voice as high as he does. So I'm going to take it apart first, because I want to see what's inside. There already is a DB35-UV to go with this DB35-G. So is there some internal jumper on this? Configuration setting somewhere that enables you to get the thing? How does it work? How does it know that it is the GMRS version and not the ham radio version? And I always try, because these Allen keys come in SAE or in metric, and if you get the wrong one in, then you can strip the head of the screw out, and then that's no fun for nobody. And I'm taking the top off of this, which is probably going to mean that all the guts are on the other side, because that's usually how my luck works. So we could be very lucky, and there's a switch inside that's labeled GMRS and ham, and you just flip the switch. Or there's a very obvious wire to cut, at which point we'll run the whole test, then we'll cut it. Screws on the side are the same as the screws on the top. That's good. And they don't really want this thing coming apart. So we've got 8 screws in it. Solid metal body, you hear that? Solid metal body. And we've got a fan on the back for cooling, and we've got an air inlet up here. So when I take this off, what do we see? We see convection cooling. So it's going to pull through the heatsink to get the air out to the other side. And of course, I was right, this is the bottom side of it, so I gotta put all that back together, and I'll spare you all the details, and we'll come back when the other side is fully opened. All right, we're back. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on in there. All right, so we've got some number codes in here. We've got a QR code right there if y'all want to scan that up and tell me what you see. The numbers are 3600576G 411001, and it was made October 10th, 2025. We've got a little bit of a dev module thing going on there. It's our filter network. That's got to be your final transistor underneath the heat thing. That's on the bottom of the board, so I can't tell you what it is. So this board is mounted in upside down, so there's got to be more stuff on the far side of it. And that's your RJ45 for your separation cable there, your RJ45 for your mic there. I'm not seeing any obvious jumpers or switches, but if I missed it, call me out in the comments, let me know, and I'll come back in here and see what all we can do. See some test points. RX, RF, it looks like maybe MRF. So a couple of different test points in here to do some stuff with, but I don't see like a JTAG header or anything. Maybe you could use those pins to get in there. Or BA plus EN det. Those are upside down even after turning it. PWM0, PWM1, TX control U. Yeah, so that's definitely your brain. Nothing jumping out at me. So I'm gonna put the case back on it and we're gonna consider that case closed for the moment, but happy to reopen it should the need arise. So that tells me that it's a magic key press or a software setting, so we'll try that. It is now test time. Does this thing make the 35 watts that it says it's supposed to make? So I'm gonna use my Shorecom meter, and I'm gonna use a big dummy load. So I'll keep some links for the test tools and cases and stuff down in the description for you. But the dummy load is the antenna to absorb all the extra power and keep everything honest, and that also helps with any interactions inside of the shack. Let's do a quick power test here, get that out of the way. And GMRS radios are kind of interesting because they have quite a few different power modes, power things that they need to do. I don't know that I like this thing on the, there's a lot of polar energy going on there with the right angle connector, so I think I'm going to switch it over to a non-right angle connector. Anyway, back to what I was saying. There are channels where you have to respect the power output limits of the channel itself, whether the radio can do it or not. So I want to make sure that it's going to respect those power output limits, and then I also want to make sure that it is going to go full power when full power is needed. And then some radios go even a little bit farther, and they do this thing where certain channels, like say channel 20 as an example, is actually an internally locked down channel for receive only mode or something. So I will show you the front of this when we get there, but for now, we're just going to turn it on, and it comes up in a VFO mode instead of a channel name mode, but it's channel 01, 462, 5625 on low power. And let's key up and see what we get. 5 watts, good SWR, 462, 563, 564. So still within the ballpark, out to 3 decimal places. I don't know if that's a meter thing or that's a radio thing. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Can we change? It doesn't look like I can change power there. There's a power button on the mic. That also doesn't do it. So let's do channel up. All right, channel 8 is 467, 5625. And it's locked on transmit on channel 8 for some reason. That's fine. And then channel 16 says high power, 462, 575. 38.8 watts, better than we deserve, better than advertised. 462, 576, 462, 575. Close enough to get the job done. Excellent. And then the highest channel it has programmed in is 462, 725. And 38 watts also. So sold at 35 watts and an actual output of 38 watts. Awesome. Let's get over to the front panel so you guys can see what this thing is doing on the front. All right, so we've got a very bright light environment back here, and you can see that you really can't see the screen, and that's because it's in kind of what I would call standby mode. So if I click it to power up, it goes into this nice colorful mode, and it's very visible, as you can see on the camera. And then I can channel up with the microphone controls. There's a Vox mode, so I can turn it into Vox mode, and it starts transmitting when I talk. And then it stops transmitting when I stop talking. So we'll turn Vox mode off. There is an NRC. You can see the letter N up there. And if I long press, it's a different letter N, NR over here for noise reduction. And the noise reduction feature in this is going to block out like a bunch of engine noise and also a bunch of like signal noise. And there's a couple of different levels of noise reduction in here. We have Monty. which is just going to open up the squelch as you'd expect it to. Long press the Monty button and it goes into P for PRI mode. And so I'm on channel 6 up here in the corner. I'm at low power. You can see that on the screen. And I can't change the power. Let's switch to one of the repeater channels. We're on high power, and I can change it to low power. So those low channels are indeed locked out like they're supposed to be. Excellent. All right, so there is your menu. And this looks like it's kind of an HT style radio trapped inside of a full-size mobile package. That was the menu timing out. I promise I didn't touch anything. So we've got scan, CT, CSS, DCS, which is your tones, your privacy tones, not so private privacy tones for your repeater. So don't think that nobody can hear you because you set a tone. That's not the way it works. PriWatch, Vox, NRC. This is the NRC setting. Like I said, it's got multiple levels on it. So we're up to level 5. Bandwidth, this is going to be your wide or narrow. Yep. Hit the back button. And I'm doing all the controls with the microphone, which is why you're not seeing my fingers in the way in front of the screen here. Backlight, I think there's different colors for backlight. Oh, this is just brightness. So that would be 0. So 3 zeros and no backlight at all, which means I can't see it. And still looks good on the camera to you guys, so I'll keep it at level 3. Background color is what I was thinking. Let's go and see what the colors are. This is blue, green. I like the green in person. It looks kind of washed out in the camera, but that could just be me seeing it through the camera's viewfinder. Red. Oh, that's a little hard on the eyes. And the font's a little small, even with my glasses on. Cyan. Usually I like cyan. Purple. Yellow. White. Blue. Green. Kind of like green. I think you guys have figured that out by now. We've got a time for the backlight to stay on or off. And we can leave it to always. That's nice. I'm going to leave it to always because of what I'm doing here with you guys. That way it doesn't keep going dark on me. Key beep, which you guys are hearing. Is it volume? Nope, it's just one setting. I'll leave it on for now. The squelch setting, the timeout timer setting. The Roger beep. Must have a Roger beep. It's already on. Excellent. Love it. Mic gain. You can control your microphone gain by talking louder, by putting the microphone closer to your mouth, or by changing the microphone gain in the settings. I'm going to leave it at 2 until somebody tells me they can't hear me. Go from the bottom up since we timed out. Version, keyboard, mainboard, version 1. So there's a way to do a firmware upgrade or else they wouldn't tell you what version it has. Reset, VFO step, busy lockout, mic gain. So that's your whole menu there. We can hit home to go back. So there's your volume, power money, Vox, menu, and now let's see if we can unlock this thing with the normal tries. I want to hold down menu. Actually, let's do PTT first. That's usually a thing. PTT pressed in, power on, and it just goes into PTT mode. So that ain't it. Let's do power off, and then power on, and oops, I did it backwards. Menu first, then power on. Nope. That's just going in the regular menu. Vox power on. Nope. Power. Nope. Monty power. Nope. And then this is home and power. Nothing. The volume button is also the OK button for the menu. I'm going to hold that in and turn it on. Nope. Channel up. Nope. Channel down. Nope. So maybe we can do like 2 buttons, and then this is going to be my last try because I'm out of fingers and ability. Nope. Okay, so there's nothing going on there. And all the same buttons are on the microphone. I'll do like pound. Nope. All right, so if you guys figured out, let me know. There is a DB35-UV model coming out, like I said earlier. There's got to be some way. So we're on channel 20 here on the radio, and you can see I'm getting a little bit of activity coming in. So my antenna's working pretty well, but that is just breaking the squelch. I don't hear any yammering going on. So WRNY996 looking for a radio check. WRNY996 on channel 20 looking for a radio check. Anybody out there? Anybody got a signal copy for me? Give it a little bit of time, wait for somebody to come back. Maybe they didn't hear me. Maybe they're running frantically to get to their radio so they can respond. WRNY 996, looking for a radio check. WRNY 996. Anybody out there got a radio? Got your ears on? Anybody can hear me? Anybody around? Looking for a radio check. It's Monday morning. People are probably at work. This is my job. I love my job. Best day at work ever. Well, that was the Radioddity DB35-G radio. Overall, I think there's got to be a way to hack this thing into ham bands, which means if you get the ham version, there's got to be a way to hack it in the GMRS bands, which might mean there's a way to get it to work on both bands and skip past all the government nonsense that keeps people with brains from using a radio when they should and when they shouldn't. There are links in the description down below for more information on this radio, as well as the Shorecom power meter and that screwdriver kit that I used to open it all up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to see when the DB35UV comes out. All you hams out there I know are upset at watching a GMRS video. And then all you hams like me are like, yes, all radio is good radio. I like it all. We're happy to have you here. Subscribe to see more like this. In the meantime, if you want to see how this radio stacks up to a completely different radio from a completely different brand, I've got a review of the Radioddity RA87 over here for you to take a look at. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.